Let's talk about termite inspection. So important. So one of the ways that we use to probe and search for termites, it's tapping, right? So we get a screwdriver. Let me play this video here for you. A screwdriver, the back screwdriver, and we tap in the wood to create vibration so that frares would fall and we can see if there are signs of dry wood activity. Here's the attic entrance. It's another example. You see those small dots here, those small holes, they're very, very small, tiny. Well, that could be an indication of termites. I see a little frares here. Okay, let's explore this a little more. So we get the back of the screwdriver, we tap, and with that vibration, I see the frares falling and getting out of the wood. This is just a silverfish. All right, so that's another way. Now getting to the attic, we saw that was the same house. We saw that was in 3 rows some damage of termites. So we do the same. We tap and we probe. I always probe with my screwdriver to see if the wood it's solid, if it's not affecting the structural integrity. I always try to see if I can reach and find life. I never could find live termites, the dry wood termites. They live so deep in the wood. And tapping again is going to create that vibration that frares will fall. All right. So that's another example of probing. I saw termite damage here. I want to see how bad that it is. I see that the surface is spinning a little bit. And as I probe, I see that frares is just sitting there. And as I do it, it falls. I see entry and exit holes, and here's the termite frares. So that's how termite inspection is done. Investigating, probing, tapping. And if you look deep inside, you're going to find those galleries. Well, you can look deep inside, but that's how they live. They live in those galleries on the wood. And when they get too much frares, they create a little hole and they just take the frares out. So that's some of the on the termite inspections. On subterranean, it's more evident because you just see the mud tunnels and the damage is usually more visible. So for all termite inspections, a form is required here in Florida. Is the Florida Docs 13645. It's a standard form that needs to be provided for all termite inspections. So if your property inspection company is saying, well, we do termite inspection, but you don't receive that form, something is wrong here, something is missing. You need to receive that form. Form is standard for all termite inspections or treatment. And here in Florida, we don't use the national standard, the NPMA 33. So in entire United States, they have the national form for termites. Here, we have our own, because termites here is a little different. It's not WGI, it's WGO. We have some changes in the rules, so it needs to be provided the local form. And also, it is required by law that all inspections will come with those labels to identify what is the company, what is the company address, and what was done. If it's just an inspection, or if there was treatment, and if there is treatment, what treatment was performed. And that's very important because the next termite guy that is going to come 1 year later or 2 years later, he needs to see what happened. Did someone inspect it before? So I can ask to have the form that was provided before. It was any treatment, and what kind of treatment? It was for subterranean, dry wood, it was stenting, it was liquid. What was done? Bait station, everything is here on the label. The owner cannot remove the label by law. The label needs to stay there for 3 years. So without a label, there's always a form on all inspections and treatment. So some people ask me, well, how do you know if the termite was treated? Well, If the other company has done a good job, they put a label so we can look at the label. And usually the label is by water heater or electric panel. I love water heater. A lot of companies like water heater. It's visible, it's easy. Water heater is replaced every 15, 12, 15 years, so it's going to stay there for a while. Electric panel is also the second or good alternative. I don't like stickers on the trusses in the attic because they can get damaged easier. Okay, some people ask me, should I do a termite inspection for new construction? Well, it's a brand new house. I don't need termite inspection. What do you think? Yes or no? Would you recommend to have a termite inspection? Yes, right? Maria, Donna, Grisel, Sarah, Janet. Yeah, even new construction, subterraneans can be fast, that's true. But also, that's fine, Donna. Here it was a house that I found in Hollywood that was getting my bike, going to the beach. And that was Friday, end of the day. That Saturday rained. Nobody came here to work Saturday because I was there as well next day. And the wood was just sitting there on the ground, getting rain. Termites, they're up here in the grass around the house. They might be having a party and just jumping into the wood before they stall. That would come with termites. I found, they buy furniture from a distributor. They put the furniture in the house. That furniture comes with termites. So the problem is that when you get cabinets, furniture, even trusses, the wood might bring termite from the factory, from the distributor, from the warehouse, and nobody knows. So it doesn't mean if it's new or not. It's always a good idea to do a termite inspection. All right, so let's talk now about conducive conditions. What are conducive conditions? What are the conditions that needs to be in place for termite to develop? So they need few things here. First, they need nutrients, so they eat cellulose and they like fungi. So they love that combination of rotten wood. When the wood starts to decompose, it's just a magnet. The same way that a bee gets attracted by a flower that could be a mile away, the termites get attracted by the rotten fungi, rotten wood with fungi. The second one, they like warm. They grow more, they develop more on warm weathers. That's why they are mostly concentrated around the equator. They need shelter because they're high target for predators, so they need protection. They always want to be hid and protected. And they love moisture. Number one is moisture. They have wood with moisture. That's what is going to attract termites. So help me here to find in this picture what could be possible conducive conditions for termites.